Man with a violent past accused of stabbing a one-year-old baby girl to death. Tonight, News 8 has learned that he got out of prison early. Hi, everybody. Glad you're here. I'm Darren Kramer.
And I'm Ann Craig. Arthur Hapgood's sentence was supposed to be up around July 4th, but he was walking free last year after earning credits in prison.
He would have been out of jail either way at the time of that baby's murder we told you about this week. But with his criminal past now, a lot of folks out there are asking, why was he let out early? News 8's Bob Wilson has been digging deeper into this story. He is live in Hartford tonight with what he found out. Bob?
Yeah, we're talking about 233 days early, and it's a program where they can go and earn credit about 5 days every month. That equates to about 2 months a year if they go to things like anger management counseling or counseling to rehabilitate them so that when they're released, they can turn their life around. In this case, opponents are saying it just doesn't work. Arthur Hapgood, the man police say stabbed a one-year-old girl, was released 233 days early from prison. He participated in the Risk Reduction Earned Credits program, also known as the Early Release Program. It allows inmates to go for things like counseling, where they can earn up to 2 months off their sentence every year.
This law recklessly jeopardizes the life and safety of thousands of Connecticut citizens.
Len Suzio works on the Victim Advocate Advisory Committee and is running for the state rep in District 13. He is running to change this law.
Taxes and jobs are all important, but it doesn't mean diddly squat if you're out there fearing for your life every time you walk out in the street.
We asked Governor Malloy's office about the law, and they referred us to the Department of Corrections. They released this statement, quote, Mr. Hapgood, who is serving a 71-month sentence for robbery, would have been out on the street well before this crime occurred. Here's the timeline. Hapgood was released November 13, 2013, 233 days early. He would have been released around the July 4th holiday if he had served the 233 days. The stabbing happened August 18th. The state says fewer violent offenders are getting out of prison today than at any point in the last 10 years. Quote, under the law that was in place 5 years ago, he almost certainly would have been released much earlier, possibly serving as little as 60% of his sentence. That is no longer possible.
It's a fraudulent program designed to fool the public into thinking thousands of prisoners have reformed their lives.
Here is a look at Hapgood's 18-year criminal history. He's been charged with 28 different crimes. He has 12 convictions, 9 are felonies. That includes escape and probation violations. And while in prison, he was arrested for assault on a police officer, 2 different cases for sale of controlled substance, and he also has a probation violation in there as well. When you look at his criminal history,
unbelievable. This is the innocent neighborhood that I decided to move into, and all this happens.
Now there is a vigil planned for tomorrow night in Bristol for little baby Zanaya Calloway, 1 year old. And they're also known that there is no bail. Bail has been set for $2.5 million for Hapgood. He did not make bail. I'm Bob Wilson, reporting live in Hartford, News 8.
All right, Bob, thanks. There have been other cases of early release here in our state that have sparked a lot of outrage, too. Back in June of 2012, 70-year-old convenience store owner Ibrahim Ghazal was shot and killed. The man who pulled the trigger in that case, 36-year-old Frankie Resto. Resto was released from prison 6 months early after earning credits for early release. He was serving time for armed robbery. Resto now faces 53 years behind bars for that murder. Well, what do you think about that early release program? We want to hear from you. Give our Voice of the People hotline a call. The number on your screen, 203-212-WTNH. We'll air some of your messages weeknights during our 5:30 p.m. newscast. And we have a lot more information about early release. I got a list from the Department of Correction of inmates who have been released early. It's all on the website, WTNH.com.